Tonight on the MTN News, the city responds.
We pay our employees fairly and competitively to what their career or their job pays in the market.
What Billings City Administrator is saying about negotiations with union workers and those hefty raises for some administrators. And summer fun on the mountain.
It's just a beautiful, beautiful mountain. So I'm so excited to get to share it with other people in the summertime as well as the wintertime.
Red Lodge Mountain is hoping to become more than just a winter attraction and a free treat for music lovers.
Oh, I love the Symphony in the Park. I mean, how could you not with 10,000 people up on the hill enjoying themselves?
The Billings Symphony Orchestra getting ready to bring the sounds of music to Pioneer Park this weekend. The MTN News starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Russ Riesinger. The city of Billings is going on the record to correct alleged misrepresentations in their negotiations with union employees who've authorized a strike in 10 days if they don't get what they view as a fair contract. The local Teamsters Union represents 365 city workers and wants increases more in line with what administrators saw. City Administrator Chris Kukulski called a news conference to discuss the issue. Here's Alina Howder with the latest.
The local Teamsters Union is upset with the stark contrast in salary hikes between city workers and city administration. Numbers we first reported on Thursday. Now the city is responding, hoping to clarify what they say are a few misconceptions.
I wanted to correct the misinformation because I think it's pretty substantial.
The city broke its silence Friday after saying for over a week that it would not comment during union negotiations. Friday's comments were in direct response to Thursday's report.
The quote I have here is, when I took a look at compensation percentages for administration ranging anywhere from 8 to 17%, those numbers are inaccurate.
City Administrator Chris Kukulski says those numbers are inflated because they actually represent close to 2 years of adjustments.
There were not back-to-back years of adjusting pay by these significant market adjustments.
Kukulski says that the city switched away from longevity-based increases to a new market rate system for administrators only in spring 2023. So the fiscal year reporting is almost double dipping. He doesn't dispute the numbers provided are technically correct.
Technically, yes, it's both. And I guess you could read that, what it says there, you could read that into it, right? Percentage change 2023 to 2024.
Teamsters Local 190 Secretary and Treasurer responded late Friday afternoon saying, quote, they, the city, provided the compensation information via an information request from us. I am not sure what is not accurate. Kukulski says the goal is to have a similar market-driven pay structure across the entire organization. The city's last, best, and final agreement offer, which Teamsters rejected because of increased inequity, says it was taken directly from their market pay study.
I can't forcibly mandate a change inside any of the three bargaining agreements, police, fire, or Teamsters, but at the table, working with Teamsters, yes, we are working to implement the same structure for our Teamster members.
Kukulski doesn't know if that will happen because negotiations are still taking place.
As of today, the only individuals who lost or no longer get longevity are the group of people that you see here, the directors and assistant directors.
3 more days of negotiations are to take place next week, with Kukulski hoping to prevent a strike from occurring.
We have a strike plan, unfortunately, for this. It's been rumored for this whole year that this was likely to happen.
In Billings, Alina Howder, MTN News.
We want to turn our attention outside now. There is a threat of some parts of the Q2 viewing area seeing some severe weather. Let's check in with meteorologist Jason Stiff for a first look at the forecast. Jason?
Yeah, severe weather in Montana and Wyoming. Look at these viewer photos that we had sent in from the Hobson area. It looks like it was snowing. We had so much hail on the ground. Cameron sent this picture in. Also this one that Emily sent, and you can see it just covering the roads there. Very dangerous to be driving around when we have that much of a slippery situation. And we still have plenty of showers and thunderstorms around the area. A little bit less active around White Sulphur Springs, but one little cell moving over Harleton right now. Also active over northern Wyoming. Some trace amounts of rain around Cody, but much more activity around the Sheridan area and further to the south. We have more active weather ahead, hotter weather too. Our complete 7-day forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Red Lodge Mountain is hoping to become more than just a destination for winter activities. The mountain launched its inaugural summer season today. Q2's Isabel Spartz has more on the expanded operations that include a number of ways to have some summer fun.
Friday at times didn't look all that different from winter months at Red Lodge Mountain. Low clouds, fog, but as you can see, there's no snow on the ground. And the sun finally came out to reveal a brand new mountain season, summer.
We are a friendly little mountain, and we're proud of that.
As you can see, it really brightens up in the summertime.
For the first time ever, the resort and chairlift opened to the public for summer operations. The newest addition is a full 18-hole disc golf course that runs down the mountain.
So people can come up and go for a walk, go disc golfing, or just ride the lift and come down and have a bite and a beverage, and it'll be fun.
Red Lodge Mountain General Manager Jeff Schmidt says that this was a project years in the making and was finally possible after the construction of their newest lift, the Stash Express, last year.
This lift, the Stash, can download people. That means if you don't want to hike down, you can ride the lift down, or other lifts don't do that. And this lift has engineered restraint bars that is required by code for summer operations.
The resort says things are still a work in progress, like adding more bike trails and lift equipment to get bikers to the top, but overall will be a success for years to come.
This helps us round out our business. You know, the winter is about a 5-month season or what have you, and we've got this beautiful mountain to enjoy. There's so many other ways to enjoy it in the summer, so it just makes sense.
Even though the sun eventually went away, it didn't stop goers from exploring the area.
Came to ride the lift on opening day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was it?
Fun.
It was fun. It was really pretty. It was awesome.
Yeah.
The mountain hopes it's all downhill from here.
We're just really excited to be able to share this place with everyone.
Awesome.
It is awesome. It's an awesome little town. You should come visit.
In Red Lodge, Isabel Spartz, MTN News.
Artists from all around the country are spending the weekend in Red Lodge entertaining. The Red Lodge Songwriters Festival runs through tomorrow. Our Marcus Kikova met with one of the performers who shared stories from his cluttered past.
The 8th annual Red Lodge Songwriters Festival is host to about 25 rising artists from around the country.
Here you get people that are unexpected gems.
A lot of times what people like to hear is the story behind the song.
The smoke fumes of days gone by are darkly curled, you know.
Well, I've got some things to get off my chest.
49-year-old J.D. Graham is one of those musicians, and he has stories to tell.
I like to write stories about broken things. The concise statement would be I was a drug addict for 20 years, 25 years. I'm sober now. Today's 7 years, 2 months, and 21 days.
Beginning with his first guitar at the age of just 13. Before drugs, music was at the foreground of his Oklahoma life.
When you walk into a library, and you open a book and how the book smells, I still remember the smell of my first guitar.
Like 46 million other Americans, JD was facing an uphill struggle.
Spent 95% of my life in the dark. By the time I was in my 20s, I was selling pounds of cocaine and just like running the streets.
Before he knew it, his actions and addictions caught up with him.
I had taken some pills that day. I was going 24 miles an hour. He was on a motorcycle. I pushed him into another car. I pled guilty to negligent homicide in Arizona.
Shedding all this old skin is hard.
I started getting on the needle really bad, completely out of control. I was dealing with a lot of guilt and didn't want to be around anymore.
Well, JD can't undo the past.
I started a music education program with the help of some of my fans and some other people. They donated about 20 grand worth of equipment.
He found music could pave a road to a better tomorrow. And not just for himself.
I always knew music was powerful, but until you see it in the armpit of the world, change people's lives. People that were walking around in prison on drugs with their head down, walking around a year later, having a voice through an instrument and through songwriting. It's the most rewarding thing I've ever been part of.
Marcus Kikova, MTN News.
Here in Billings, a favorite summertime tradition returns to Pioneer Park this Sunday. Q2 is proud to be a sponsor of Symphony in the Park. I'm looking forward to emceeing it for yet another year. It's your chance to spend an evening with the Billings Symphony Orchestra, and it doesn't cost a thing.
The sounds of music will once again permeate Pioneer Park this Sunday.
I love the Symphony in the Park. I mean, how could you not with 10,000 people up on the hill enjoying themselves? It's also a great homecoming for us.
For 52 years, the Billings Symphony has dished up this free summertime treat for music lovers.
We've got a lot of different pieces, and one of our focuses is we've got 5 fantastic local vocalists who auditioned for a spot to sing with the Billings Symphony.
I'm especially excited for we're playing kind of a suite of How to Train Your Dragon, and I absolutely love that movie and the soundtrack, so I'm looking forward to that piece in particular.
19 years ago, Rosie was the winner of the Kids Conductor Contest when she was 8 years old. She's now the assistant concert master for the Billings Symphony. Like the rest of its members, looking forward to taking the stage.
It's one of the biggest crowds we get to play for, and it's such a community event. It's really inspiring always to perform for so many people.
Billings is very special. Montana and Wyoming are unique, and the time spent with family and with friends and just feeling that energy on the hill with the orchestra, you cannot replicate that in any way. There's nothing you can do. Like, listening to recording is great, watching something on video is great, but you don't feel the same as when you're there live.
They'll be putting up large screens this year to make it easier to see no matter where you're sitting. All starts at 4 Sunday afternoon with the Montana Fiddle Club, followed by the Billings Community Band at 5. The Instrument Petting Zoo gets underway at 6. And the Billings Symphony Orchestra takes the stage at 7. Should be a lot of fun. Well, ahead on the MTN 530 News here on Q2, a Montana photographer captures an incredible sight of a history-making grizzly in Yellowstone National Park. And later, Scott Breen catches up with Montana football great Mark Mariani, who's headed to the Hall.